we just watched Rising Stars game. Frank Ntilikina, he played okay. Let's go. People, what's going on? I know not a lot of you guys are probably on tonight. That's cool. That's quite all right. I just want to jump on right quick, talk about the game real fast. The world defeats USA 155 to 124. And to me, it was pretty much a boring game. You know, not too much. A lot of action with a lot of dunks. You know, guys running up and down the floor without much defense. Not the kind of game that I like. You know, I like to see a little bit more defense. I like to see a little bit more resistance during the game. Not too much to where teams are guys might get hurt. That's not what I like to see, obviously. But I do like to see a little bit of resistance. I like to see a little bit of real action on the floor. Didn't get that tonight too much. 155 points. We're talking about 10-minute quarters. Score 155 points. That means you're basically playing no defense. But it is what it is. It's an exhibition game. You know, that's the way things are. Luke, yeah, it was kind of boring. You know, it was kind of boring. And the crowd didn't even get into it that much. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, I guess it could have been a little bit more exciting. You know, Shamik, you said you're glad no one got hurt. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you right there. It's just a pickup game. Nobody got hurt. Dennis Smith Jr. scared me a little bit, though. You know, he scared me just a little bit when he did that dunk at the end of the game, and when he landed, it looked like he landed on his knee a little bit. Funny. That's just my opinion. You know, I thought it scared me. My heart jumped a little bit. I was like, whoa. I mean, I know he's not he doesn't play for the Knicks, but I still don't want the guy to get hurt, you know? So it scared me just a little bit. Just a little bit. But, you know, it's cool. You know, you say Frank should have shot more. Yeah, he could have shot a little bit more. You know, but, you know, Frank is Frank. This is the way that Frank plays. You know, that's just the way that Frank plays. And you know, we got to get used to it. Knicks fans got to get used to it. That's what he does. You know, he's just not a shooter. I mean, he basically played this game the way that he plays any other Knicks game. And, you know, when people say Frank should go to the D League or to the G League, it's going to be the same thing. Frank's going to play the same way. You know, that's just what Frank does. You know, so lately you say the game was cool to you. I mean, it was cool. It was fun to watch guys get up and down the floor and you know, show some athleticism. You know, I just like to see a little bit more, just a tad bit more defense in the game. That's all. Because to me, you know, when guys get up and down the floor and they dunk and do all those kind of things, it's the defense is what makes it exciting to me. You know, when you're able to get around the defense or dunk on somebody, or, you know, that's what makes it a little bit more exciting to me. Anyone who can dunk can get on the floor with no defense and have a field day dunking. But, you know, I guess it is what it is. You know, I guess it is what it is. Hussein, you say the point of the All-Star game is to see who is the best, see who the best player is. I don't know if that's the point of the All-Star game. I think that's probably the point of I think the point of the game is really just an exhibition, you know, to let the fans enjoy seeing their stars play together and play against each other. Once upon a time, it did mean something, though. Yeah, Lily, I'm probably watching the whole weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on the whole weekend, but I'm most likely going to be watching the whole weekend. But once upon a time though, it meant a little bit more. Guys took it to heart a little bit more. Guys played a little bit harder, played a little bit tougher during the All-Star game. But it's a little bit different now, I guess, because so many people are worried about injuries, and it makes sense. You've got you got your endorsements, you have your contracts, all those things. So definitely, it's a different game now. All of these games are a different game now. And rookies, you might figure that rookies want to go ahead and play, but they also are learning that it's a business, and they want to go ahead and they want to protect themselves for the future. You know what I'm saying? But Frank did okay tonight. We look at the let's take a look at the we'll take a look at the stats a little bit before we talk about Frank. Let me get this over there. Here we go. Take a look at what some of the stats are, just in case there's some people watching that weren't able to check out the game or see any of the stats. Ben Simmons went out there. He did his thing. I like Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons is 6'10", can run the point guard spot. It's almost amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Once he gets a jump shot, a consistent jump shot, Ishmael. All right, that's funny. You said Frank running just system by himself. That's funny, but you're kind of true. You're kind of right. But back to Ben Simmons, 11 points, 13 assists, 4 steals, had 4 turnovers, but it's that kind of game. Buddy Hield, 29 points. Jamal Murray, 21 points, 7 assists. I mean, that world team, man, they got some ballers over there. They got some guys that can play. I tell you that. Dario Saric, however you say his name, 18 points, 5 assists. Joel Embiid, he only played 8 minutes. And I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want Joel Embiid getting hurt. Had 5 points, a couple of rebounds. Bogdanovich, of course, won the MVP of the game. 26 points, 9 for 16 from the field, 7 for 13 from 3, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Domantas Sabonis, 13 points. Frank had his 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Lauri Markkanen had 15 points, 6 rebounds. Dylan Brooks, I'm not even sure who that guy is really. Had 11 points, 5 rebounds, couple of assists. Wasn't bad for USA. Dennis Smith Jr., 7 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Donovan Mitchell, 7 points, 7 assists. Jaylen Brown, man, that guy's a baller. He's an athlete. I really like Jaylen Brown. The Boston Celtics, such a smart team. You know what I'm saying? They are. Danny Ainge has done a wonderful job with the Celtics, and to have the young talent that they have, and to have the young talent that they have right now, and be contenders is crazy. Really is. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy. So, big up to the Celtics for that. 35 points. Jaylen Brown, 35 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. Brandon Ingram, 8 points, 3 rebounds. John Collins, 11 points, 3 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma had 20 points, 7 rebounds. Jason Tatum, another Boston Celtic in his rookie year, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Darian Fox had 4 points, 2 assists. Taurean Prince had 8 points, 2 assists. Chris Dunn, 9 points, 5 assists. But yeah, man, the Celtics, man, you just got to give it up to them because they've done a great job over there, and I see no reason why they won't continue to excel in the future. With the way that Danny Ainge runs the ship over there, the young guys that they have. Yeah, Boston Celtics are doing some things. Hopefully the Knicks, man, we can turn it around and kind of, I like to follow their motto, not motto, MODEL. I like to follow their motto, you know what I mean, because they did the right things. They were smart basketball, smart front office. Now they're stacked with youth, so that's real nice. But Frank, let's talk about Frank a little bit. And I'm not on for long, guys. I just wanted to get on because Frank was in the game, so I just wanted to get on and talk about him a little bit. Frank, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. He also had 2 turnovers. But Frank did what Frank does. Like my man Ishmael, I think it was Ishmael just said, Frank playing Jeff Hornacek's system all by himself. That was funny. But hey, Frank does what he does. I don't think it matters who Frank plays with. Frank's going to play his game. You know what I'm saying? Frank's going to play his game, play the way that he plays. He got right in the game, pulled a shot. He missed it. Pulled a 3, missed it. That's okay. Had a couple of, got a dunk in the first half, dunk in the second half, got a layup second half. That's cool. A couple of rebounds, assists. I was cool with the way that Frank played. I wasn't disappointed at all. And I think, for the people that say that Frank needs to play in the G League, I think he showed that he doesn't need to play in the G League. He can play with, and the reason why I say that is because Frank plays his style of game, whatever it is, however he plays his style. And his style is a pass-first point guard. He is, not, I'm not saying that everyone out there was selfish, but he's not a selfish kind of player. He's pass first. Let's run a system. Let's see what we can get. And that's just the way that he plays. Frank isn't the kind of guy that you're going to put in a pickup game. He's not a guy. He's just not that kind of a player. And that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? He's not that kind of a player. But, I was cool with what Frank did. And I'm looking forward to next year. He'll probably, he's going to be more comfortable in the league. And he'll go out there and he'll play better. I'm pretty sure he'll be in the game next year. And, of course, he's going to play better during the season next year. So, big shout out to Frank for making it to the rookie game, to the Rising Stars game. Big shout out to Frank for that. I'm proud of the kid for it. Noah, you say, I want you to remember that Frank is going off the second half of the season. I hope so. I hope he does go off the second half of the season. You know what I'm saying? It would be real nice to see him go off the second half of the season. Real nice to see him go off. Hopefully, for those who are on, there's some new people on here that I haven't seen before. So thank you for joining me, even though this isn't the regular broadcast. I just getting on and talking about Frank, and right now we're just talking. We have no, usually we have a lot of topics. We're just talking right now, so it's cool. But I forgot where I was at now. Oh, about Frank in the second half of the season. Yeah, I'm interested to see who Jeff Hornacek is going to start in the second half of the season. Once we come back from All-Star break, is he going to start Moutier or is he going to start Frank? That's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting dynamic. I think that he should start Frank for the simple fact that Frank has been here. Give him the opportunity to start. And if it doesn't work, then go ahead and start Moutier. But I think you got to give him that opportunity. Give him the opportunity to start, see what happens from there. And then play. Chinky Eye, what's popping, bro? I haven't seen Chinky Eye in a minute. I don't think I've seen you in a minute. But yeah, I'm with that. Starting Frank. Jason, you say that Hornacek is going to start Jack. I don't think so. I think after playing them together. So Ernest, you're saying to play them together. You're saying to play Frank, play Moutier, which means you probably put Courtney Lee on the bench and then play Hardaway. Yeah, you know what? I'm cool with that. I'm with it. That makes sense to me. I know Courtney Lee's going to get his minutes anyway, but that makes sense to me because I want to see more of Moutier and Frank. See if it really can work in the future. We've seen it for one night for extended minutes. I want to see multiple nights. I want to see it more. Jason, you say you won't believe it till you see it. I believe it. I think that I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying, but I think that Hornacek is going to go ahead and start. Take Jarrett Jack out of the starting lineup. I think it's been discussed within the organization already. There's just no reason for him to be there. There's just not a reason for him to be there. And if he does, then Scott Perry should come out of the stands, snatch his tie, say, get out of here. Take his Knicks card away, get out of here, and sit on the bench and coach the team the rest of the game. If that happens, he starts him. Scott Perry needs to tell him to go. Kick him out the door. You know what I'm saying? The only fear with kicking Hornacek out the door is then Kurt Rambis is going to take over. And we definitely don't want Kurt Rambis to take over, right? That's not what we want. We do not want that. But I think Hornacek's going to do the right thing. He's talked about it, and I think he's going to do the right thing. And either start Frank or Moutier or both. Vicente, I hope I said your name right. You said, do you think Hornacek will be back next season? That is a good question. I'm not sure. Earlier I've said that I thought Scott Perry, or think that Scott Perry is going to keep him around for a little while, is going to try to get some players that fit what he likes to do. But now I'm not sure. Hornacek may be gone this summer. He may be gone. He really might be gone this summer. Just from the way that things went, it doesn't seem like, I feel like he's lost the locker room. I feel like the players don't respect them like they should respect the coach. And if that's what you have, then you can't coach the team. If your players don't respect you, if you've lost the locker room, you don't have the locker room, we're coming back with primarily the same players next year. We're going to have a new rookie. We may have some changes here and there, but for the most part, we're going to have the same players. So if you've lost the locker room now, then come next year, it's not like you're going to get that locker room back. You're not going to get the locker room back. And so that's why now I've kind of changed my mind. And I think that Frank is probably, I'm not Frank, Jeff Hornacek is probably gone. That's what I see. Of course, Scott Perry said he will not do it in season. I respect that. He won't do it. He won't do it in season. So that means it would probably happen over the summer. And if that happens, then hopefully we pull in. If that happens, in my opinion, if Jeff Hornacek is fired over the summer, then I think you got to just get rid of the coaching staff that's there. Let them go, start fresh and start new with a brand new coaching staff and a brand new coach. Get rid of the coaching staff. Whatever coach you bring in, let him choose his coaching staff. You know, and now if he chooses his coaching staff and that staff is, he has, some of the same people, then so be it. If he decides to keep some of the same coaches that are there, so be it. But if you hire a new coach, then you got to let that guy choose his coaching staff, in my opinion. Yep, choose his coaching staff. Okay, Chinky, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Maybe I just haven't seen you in the chat. Or maybe you have, and I just missed it. Yeah. Thomas, you said huge interview today with French TV for Frank today. I guess that was over in France. We probably didn't see it. If you got a video, man, shoot it over to me so we can show it. But yeah, I'm excited to see, I'm excited to be able to see the young guys play after the All-Star break. Yeah, I'm really excited to I want to see Dotson get a lot of burn. I want to see Cornet get some burn. Of course, Frank and Moutier. I want to see Trey Burke get some burn. So I'm definitely excited to see, how these guys are going to look. I don't care about the wins or losses. If we win, great. If we lose, whatever. I just want to see these young guys play and how they're going to mesh together. Thomas, you said he said great things for the summer and next season with Moutier on the same team. Hopefully, let's see. Yeah, Ralph, I know 1 whole week without ball. I mean, All-Star game is Sunday, and then the Knicks don't play until Thursday. But it's going to give them a good chance to get some practice in. Good chance to practice, get some work in. And then he'll be able to, hopefully Hornacek will be able to look at his lineups. No, you say, do I think that Frank will ever be an all-star? It's hard to say. I don't know. I don't know. He could be. I think he has the tools. He has the physical tools. When I watch Frank play, right, I don't think Frank actually knows how good he can be, in my opinion. I really don't. Frank gets the spots on the floor and he's wide open, but he doesn't shoot it. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen so many times where he drives the lane and he's right there at the rim. And instead of going up, he tries to dish it off, maybe, and it might end up being a turnover. I've seen him from the wing penetrate, get into the lane where he can pull up. Nice little pull up, but instead he's looking to dish. And it's like he doesn't even know that he's there in that position. And he gets there almost effortlessly sometimes. When he actually decides to go, the thing is, he second guesses himself. He's always looking to get somebody else involved. That when he does go, he's like, should I shoot it or should I look to pass it? He never makes up his mind. Every once in a while. Recently, he's been trying to, but he doesn't always just make up his mind to just go. To just go to the basket and get a bucket. But he basically, like Robert's saying, he basically goes wherever he wants on the floor, and he can get there. He just got to change his mindset a little bit to say, I'm gonna go get me a bucket. I'm gonna go score. You know what I'm saying? That's that when he makes up his mind to do those things, we'll see a different player. And part of that is him getting used to the American basketball game. I think that's part of it. He's got to get used to the American game. So, we'll see how he develops. But I think he has the tools. He has the length. He has he's an athlete, even though people, of course, they want him to get down the lane and dunk every time and all that kind of stuff. And if he doesn't do it, they say he's not an athlete, but Frank is an athlete. You know what I'm saying? He really is an athletic guy. He can turn on the jets when he wants to, and put some speed behind it. I don't know how high he can jump. We haven't really seen him get up there and try to jump high. But he's an athlete. I think he has the basketball IQ. He has the tools. He has the physical tools. But I think what may separate him is the work ethic that I continuously hear about. I think I read in the New York Post that Frank eats his meals at the gym. How many players do you know his age that do that? He eats his meals at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Meaning he leaves home in the morning, goes to the gym and eats breakfast. Well, maybe he eats breakfast at home, right? Leaves home or eats breakfast at home, goes to the gym. Whatever practice they have that day or shoot around or whatever it is, he does that. Eats lunch, stays at the gym, works on his game, then eats dinner, work on his game some more, and then go home. How many players his age do that in the league? I'm not gonna definitively say nobody does, but man, that's a lot of that's a lot of basketball, and that's a lot of time in the gym. That's a lot of time in the gym. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull that article up. I'll see if I can pull it up. It was from Mark Berman. It's in the New York Post. And I don't know if he laid it out the way that I laid it out just now, but let's see if I can find it. But that's a lot of time in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And if he's putting that much time in, it's hard to see that this kid doesn't develop. It is just hard to see that he doesn't develop. And then if he does develop into becoming a leader, then you're going to have other young players that are coming into the league, coming to the Knicks, that see what he does and follow behind him. And I mean, that's what you want. That's what you need. If you're going to start really building a culture, you want to have some of your leading players who have that kind of work ethic. And the one thing about this team, the players that are on this team, I think they do work hard, right? I think that KP works hard. Guys like Courtney Lee. I'm going to say Tim Hardaway probably works hard. We've seen, the change in his body and those type of things, works hard. So I think that, he got good cues and he learned from some of these guys, and it's going to benefit him in the long run. And that's the reason why you see him working so hard, Let me see if I can find this. I don't remember which article it was at all. If you go on New York Post, I'm not going to be able to find it right now. If you go on New York Post, there's a bunch of articles, Knicks articles up there, and you'll be able to find it. But it was by Mark Berman, who talks about, it was just a couple of sentences on how, Frank, eats his meals at the gym. Something that I'm catching on here. I just want to read this. I haven't read this yet. All right, so I'm glad that I went on here. This is, of course, by Mark Berman, but this is Chuck. We all know Charles Barkley and his stance on the New York Knicks. So let's see what Barkley has to say about the Knicks. Charles Barkley won't kick the Knicks when they're down. The legendary TNT mouthpiece believes you people in New York need more patience with Kristaps Porzingis, as well as with the club's future, saying the franchise is building something sturdy. Barkley even thinks Porzingis' catastrophic ACL tear that jeopardizes next season, too, could benefit the franchise in the long run, despite admitting the incident was really sad. He was on the right track to being a hell of a player, Barkley said at TNT's temporary set next to Staples Center during All-Star Weekend festivities Thursday night. It's really unfortunate. They had done a good job. I like the Frank Ntilikina guy. Tim Hardaway Jr. was playing well. I still love Enes Kanter. I still love the Enes Kanter deal. The Knicks are going to get better. The problem with you people in New York is you all have zero patience. If you keep drafting and adding players, sooner or later, you're going to have a good team. But they never have patience in New York. Au contraire, Sir Charles. Knicks fans have seen so I guess this is Mark Berman responding to Charles Barkley. He says, au contraire, Sir Charles. Knicks fans haven't seen the title since 1973. Have witnessed one playoff series win since the team made the conference finals in 1999 and 2000, and are crashing toward their fifth straight season without the playoffs. Yet the Garden still has been near capacity this season, even if their sellout streak has been broken. And of course, we all know that the Knicks are number one on the Forbes list again. Thanks to the fans, of course. Now the fan base has to deal with their franchise player rehabbing from ACL surgery that should take between 9 and 12 months, lasting into next season. It will probably be good for the Knicks in the long run, Barkley says, because you're all in the position of getting ping pong balls. Hypothetically, if you did make the playoffs this year and you're the 8th seed, you're going to lose in the first round. Now you're going to get another lottery pick. I don't understand why everyone is impatient. I think the Knicks are building toward a future. Barkley still has faith in the 22-year-old Porzingis despite his durability issues. He was supposed to make this All-Star game debut Sunday, but he's now laid up in crutches. So, Charles Barkley. How you guys feel about Charles Barkley? Charles Barkley always has something to say about the Knicks, right? Always has something to say about the Knicks. Usually he's hating on the Knicks. You know, as soon as we become good, Charles Barkley will say something about us being sorry. So it is what it is. Everyone's got something to say about the Knicks. That's cool. I love it though. I like it. Keep the Knicks name there. Keep the Knicks name there. That's what keeps us relevant. Yeah. Frank is a baby Rondo in the making. He could be. Jason, he could be a baby Rondo in the making. I wouldn't mind that at all. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind that at all. If he turned out to be the Rondo that with the Celtics, I love it. I love that. Skyline, you say he's actually right. He could be. He probably is right. Barkley's always going to have something to say, though. Always going to have something to say. Oh. But, so there it is, guys. Frank played decently tonight. He didn't play bad. He played the game, played the type of game. Played the type of game I expected him to play. I'm not disappointed in it at all. Hopefully, Frank will start after the All-Star break. And we'll get to see what he can do with 30 minutes every night. Jay, you say Frank shoots way better than Rondo, but he has that style. Yeah, he has that style, and he is a better shooter than Rondo was, I think. I think that Frank will continue to work, and his shot will get better and better and better. He just has to shoot it with confidence. I think that's the big thing. He doesn't always shoot it with confidence. He's in between. He's wishy-washy. Doesn't know if he wants to shoot or pass the ball. When he decides to shoot the ball with confidence, I think you're going to see a different team. A different player, which will in essence, give you a different team. Because he's going to, when he starts to shoot that ball with confidence, it's going to change. It's going to change the way we play the game. When he decides to take it to the basket with confidence, shoot with confidence, take it to the basket with confidence, it's going to change. So I'm looking forward to that day, and I think it'll come. I hope in the summertime, a couple of guys take Frank and get him out there playing some street ball. You know what I'm saying? Get him out there playing some street ball. And let his game grow there. Let him get a feel of the blacktop. Let him get out there, play with some guys that's going to rough him up a little bit. He'll develop some aggressiveness. You get him out there and playing on the blacktop. He'll develop it, and he'll get it. And if he plays enough on the blacktop, you'll see a different Frank, I think. Because the blacktop game is a different kind of game. It's a different kind of game. Clever for sure. You say if Frank can play defense with the intensity of Patrick Beverly, watch out. That's true. And he's got to get a little bit stronger to play that kind of defense with that kind of intensity. So it's gonna take a year or two for him to build that kind of strength. And get as strong. But I think he can. I think he will play that type of defense. Yeah, exactly, Jason. Frank needs to go to the Rucker, to Dykeman. Play with them guys that'll try to get at him. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, he's gonna man up and try to get back at them. So he needs to get out there and play. I remember preseason when he did an interview, someone asked him about getting out there. And he was kind of like, say, yeah, I heard of those parks and things, and said maybe he'll get out there in the summertime or something, or he said he'll save that for the summer. They need to get him out there, get Frank out there at the Rucker, get him at Dykeman, you know what I'm saying, and he'll develop that aggressiveness, I think. He'll develop it, and he'll come back, and people will say, whoa, where'd this guy come from? Because he'll develop it real quick. Yeah, of course. We're going to give him time, Skyline. We're going to give him some time. Hang out with some goons. Yeah. He'll get out there. He get out there in that park. I think we'll see it then. Wayne Peoples, you've been in caps the whole time, the whole chat. I'm going to give you a couple minutes of fame, bro. All right? So you say, y'all can imagine and dream all you want. Frank is a bust. Big facts. Okay. We'll see. We've heard it all before. That's nothing new. That's nothing new from some people. I don't think he's a bust. I think he's a 19-year-old boy playing in the league with men, and he's gonna take some time to get stronger. It's cool. It's all right. But you got your opinion. I respect it, but he's not a bust. Yeah. We get Frank out there playing with Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Let Donovan Mitchell show him around a little bit. And work out with Chris Brinkley. And yeah, we'll see it. He's going to be good. He's going to be good. But I really hope we see him out there on the playground this summer. Honestly, I'm not sure if Frank is that kind of guy that's going to go out there. You know what I mean? I think he will need somebody to bring him there. Maybe Donovan Mitchell is the guy. I think he'll need somebody to bring him out to the playground to say, come on, Frank, let's go. Frank doesn't know anybody, so he's not going to just go out there. So, he'll need somebody to take him out there, right? And then get him on a playground and let him ball. And then say, listen, you can't come out here soft. You got to go hard. You got to go at these guys. You know what I mean? Let him go out there and hoop. Let him go out there and hoop. Javar, you say y'all think about the Rucker, send him to White Plains first. Nah, I doubt that. I don't think so, man. He'll be all right. He'll definitely be all right. You go out to the Rucker, he'll be all right. Well, listen, guys. I just wanted to jump on real quick, talk about the Rising Stars game, talk about Frank. You know, I'm glad you guys jumped on with me. We didn't get the same crowd that we usually get, but I didn't expect it. All right. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be back on after the All-Star game or the slam dunk contest, but I could be. I might be. We'll see what happens. Maybe so. I might jump on, you know, just to say something real quick if I can. All right. But I'm gonna sign off tonight. All right. I thank you guys for logging on and chatting with me real quick. And have a good night. Have a good weekend. If you get a chance, I didn't go see it yet, but if you get a chance, go check out Black Panther. It's supposed to be, you know, go check out Black Panther. You know, see what it's about. And stay live, y'all. Stay live. Maybe I'll talk to you over the weekend. Peace. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Ring the bell. Check us out live after every New York Knicks game. You ring that bell, you're going to get a notification every time that I go live. Check out these videos over here so you can stay updated on the New York Knicks. Peace.